Hi everyone, it's me Lina again. Welcome to my YouTube channel and thank you a lot for checking my videos out. And today I would like to make a review of this book. The author is Agatha Christie, and in this book there are lots of different stories, so different variations I would say, and really like stories with different main characters, which is quite awesome, so I really like it. The recommended price is about £17. And I gotta say, this book is just really amazing. So many stories, I have been reading it maybe like for 1 week or maybe a bit more. Well, I was very impatient. I really wanted to read it all. I was curious one after another. I was really just sort of like excited about reading more and more. So there are lots of different, characters, as I already said, which you meet reading those stories. For example, Tommy and Tuppence, Harley Quinn, Parker Pine, and well, there is another character which is not mentioned on the cover of this book, Mr. Satterthwaite. I hope I actually spelled it correctly. It's the person who was actually sort of like helping, maybe not helping, he was solving crimes in some way too, but with the help of Harley Quinn. So Harley Quinn is really amazing character, really more like fantastic, I would say, because more closer to fantasy, I would say, in some way, because it's difficult to say. He really appears very suddenly, and I have to say he became one of my favorite characters so far. Really, I'm just totally amazed with this character. I really like Harley Quinn. And Mr. Satterthwaite, he's just a person who likes to observe scenes, who like to maybe not take part sometimes in some scenes, but sort of like look at them, analyze them, and I think it's a nice quality, it's sort of like a nice skill in some way. He's a curious person who is sort of like, I would say, he has money. He can afford to do certain things. He has time to sometimes just take his time and just get involved in someone other life. Like just to see how people are seeing other things, or well, the world, and maybe just analyze feelings of other people. Well, I was talking too much about, Harley Quinn, or well, stories where Harley Quinn is main character, or well, one of the main, I would say, because Mr. Satterthwaite is actually one of the main character in my opinion too, of course. So there is also stories with Tommy and Tuppence. Tommy and Tuppence is a couple, and I would say they are really very successful detectives, and I really liked that, meeting Tommy and Tuppence and Harley Quinn, I realized that Agatha Christie is not just a very good author who is actually good, but I would say that she's not just the author who was writing about crimes and such things, but also maybe about some feelings of other people, also some relationships, family connections, maybe some love life. And I didn't know that her stories, her works can be that emotional. Like, I was amazed. And by the way, guys, I really like sometimes while reading to take picture of some quotes. Maybe it's strange hobby or habit to do, but I really like it, and I'll try and insert in this video pictures that I actually took of some quotes from this book, from this exact book. Like, I was really amazed. I was so shocked that, well, shocked in a good way, that Agatha Christie was actually not just very good in writing about crimes, about some mysteries, but also about humans, relationships, feelings, emotions especially. I actually felt very, very satisfied in some ways, that sometimes it's so easy, you know, to see that detective, moments, maybe some sort of like crimes, can be so connected with some really emotional parts or romance parts of the stories and plots. I think it's really amazing, and it's really just incredibly interesting to read it all together when there are like crimes going so close to some romance. And also those stories in which Harlequin is main character, they are mostly about some romance, so crimes are committed in some way because of some maybe love stories, or sometimes family relationships. Also, I found Tom and Tuppence sort of like emotionally different from other Agatha Christie's works, like those which actually contain Hercule Poirot in them, for example. I find them much more really emotional, even though one of my favorite characters is still Poirot. And well, I really like Harlequin. He's like, it's difficult even sometimes to understand who he really is, because he's just like some sort of mysterious, I don't know even if it's right to say person, to be fair. Well, anyway, I talk a lot about those Tommy and Tuppence stories and Harlequin, but there is also Parker Pine, and those stories with Parker Pine I found more funny. Like, I think they were meant to be comedy-like a bit, maybe not exactly like 100%. I don't want to sound, like some sort of person who is trying to be an expert, but I would say they actually feels like they meant to be more comedy-like, more funny, more, well, they were actually, when I was reading it, I thought, like, wow, it's funny. I was like, this is actually something to laugh about, something to feel, to feel that, and understand that some people can be so silly in some situations, even though they're like really very clever, very important persons in some way in society, let's say, but they can get in such a funny situations and they don't really understand it in some way. They just, some people, they really like to be fooled, let's say it this way. They like to feel maybe some fakeness sometimes. Well, they like to see this fakeness as something real, and it makes their life much more eventful, much more exciting. And I think it is something that maybe Agatha Christie was trying to tell us people who are reading her great works. And I think it's just amazing, because it's sometimes how life meant to be, I guess. I mean, we should see some funny moments, but we shouldn't look for some fake excitement. Life is exciting by itself, but well, sometimes we are really trying to reach some fakeness to, in hope, like, to reach some also excitement. Yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, I really loved actually those stories. They were just amazing. And there are also, like, there is here written, plus some Christmas rarities, hope I spell it correctly. So there were stories which I thought were meant to be for kids. Maybe I'm right, I don't remember now. I should read about it. Well, I was reading it like maybe a month ago, this book. Well, I keep forgetting sometimes. Besides, when I was reading those Christmas ones, I had headache. I don't know if I should mention that. So I wasn't very like really enjoying it, I guess, but I was trying to, well, to sort of like keep myself busy with something, so I was still reading them. And to be fair, I didn't find them very interesting. In my opinion, they are not something I like. They seem to be more in some way religious to me. And to be fair, I don't like such things. It's not mine. It's definitely not mine. It's something that doesn't excite me, doesn't bring me any joy. Even though they are very pure, they are very, I don't know, in some way like fairy tales. But some of them I even found a bit sad, to be fair. I was like, wow, it's very sentimental, something that makes you feel, you know, all sorts of actual feelings, like to experience lots of feelings. And yeah, it's something I don't like and something I wouldn't recommend though. Still sorry, maybe it's a disappointment, but it is how it is, you know. So stories, well, those parts with Tommy and Tuppence, sorry, and Harlequin, they are just amazing. Harlequin is just, I don't know, those stories with those actually, you know, storylines where Harlequin is like really playing a huge role, is like main character. I think they're just amazing. They are full of those emotions also, which will actually bring you some sort of thoughts, actually, not just feelings, but you'll think about it, you'll be analyzing, and I think it's just amazing. So guys, I'll try to insert some of my, you know, pictures I made, like pictures of quotes from this book. I really like to do it, especially those which are really attention bringing, or well, they actually brought my attention to them, so I really sort of can remember them, maybe not by heart, but I really remember the meaning. I really, you know, like them. So I like such things. I like to take pictures sometimes to look at them and analyze, because some of them have very strong meaning, and I think it's just great because it's so great to find something so different about one of your favorite authors. It's just like, I don't know, it's like a new area in some way for you to analyze, to think about it, new area maybe to read in some way. I don't know, it's difficult to explain for me. I guess it's just something very joyful. Anyway guys, on my rating from 1 to 10, I would give this book 10 stars, 10 stars out of 10, even though, to be fair, I don't like that letters are too small in this book. It's difficult. Yeah, they are small. Yeah, I don't like that, to be fair. Being honest, you know. So, well, if you have any questions regarding maybe some particular characters, maybe even like maybe something you would like to ask me about my opinion on them or my feelings, how I feel about them, stuff like that, just comment down below so I could answer your questions. And guys, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you soon.